Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Sparks Toyota, and I'm checking out a 2018 Toyota Highlander in the limited trim level. Now, the Highlander has been one of the highest rated third row vehicles on the market, and it has a lot of cool stuff to show off. So let's go ahead and check it out. This Highlander is sitting on 245/55 Toyo tires, wrapped around 19-inch alloy wheels, very impressive looking wheel. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc rotors in the front and solid disc rotors in the back. The name of this color is Toasted Walnut Pearl. It's not regular walnut, it's toasted walnut, which is a pretty cool name. So hopefully there's a little bit of sunlight left to check out the color here, but it's a nice chocolate brown looking to my eyes. It looks very classy. Okay, so looking at the front of the vehicle, you can see the use of chrome across the front, as well as a matte black in the grille. It also has a sensor behind the Toyota badge here on the front for your adaptive cruise control, kind of hidden away that you can't see. The headlights are powered by halogen bulbs. The low beams are in a projector tube. The high beams are in a reflector housing. You also have an LED daytime running light and a halogen powered reflector fog light. This is what the key looks like. It's a proximity key designed to where you can use the vehicle 100% without taking the key out of your pocket. So the car can sense the key position, whether it be outside the door, inside the vehicle, that kind of thing. It does have some useful buttons, lock, unlock, the ability to open up the power lift gate, and a panic button. Let's go ahead and push that and see what it sounds like. All right, just beeps the horn, flashes the lights. It also has a physical key on the inside in case you need it, but generally, you can just keep it in your pocket and use the vehicle 100%. Okay, so looking at the profile of the vehicle, checking it out, how sleek and awesome it is. Now, this is one of those type of vehicles that has a third row, so you can replace your minivan. Let's say you don't want to drive a minivan. This gives you all the passenger space, a lot of passenger space and cargo space, while giving you a nice, sleek looking package. So I really like the wheels. The real wheels are one of my favorite things on this vehicle. So, okay, so looking at the side, the handles are all body colored and the side mirrors are body colored as well there on the top. It also has a turn signal indicator right here on the side of the side mirror, which not all vehicles have. Just want to point that out. Also, all the glass is tinted on this vehicle right now. The back glass from here back is tinted from the factory. The dealership actually tinted the front glass to match it, which is a really good idea. And you notice that the pillars here are blacked out. So that way, it kind of gives you that one sleek design, window look, elongating the look of the vehicle. Also, it's also accented with the chrome accent around the outside, just to kind of complete that look. As long as you have the key with you, it can be in your pocket, it could be in your hand, in your bag, or whatever, wherever. As long as it's within a close proximity of this door, you can lock and unlock the door. So there's a sensor here on the top and the bottom. There's two little lines there. So anywhere, if you place your hand with the key nearby, here or here, it's going to lock the door. So as long as you do that, you can put your hand this way. That's how you lock it. To unlock it, you simply put your hand behind the handle. It senses your hand position and allows you access to the vehicle. Okay, so here's the inside of the passenger side door, and check it out. It's almost completely black here on the inside of the door, except for this wood grain, which is fantastic looking. And then right above it is the metallic accent, and then you have this slightly different color there. I guess it's like a brown or so. Soft to the touch all around your arm, even up here is all soft to the touch. This right here is open here, so you won't be able to use this as a pocket, but it's a really easy handle to grab and wrap your hand around. You actually have plenty of pockets here at the bottom, all the way back here, and the bottle holder there in the front. Okay, your threshold has a Highlander sill plate here. Power seat here for the passenger. So it's a forward and back here, and then a tilt. So you have this brown leather seating surfaces with the stitching, the perforations, heated and cooled seats here as well. They're very, very comfortable and quality feeling and looking in my eyes. Plenty of leg room. You can see it's just wide open there. Very little tapering there at the ends. Just a wide open space, so you can change positions all you want on a long trip. That's a must for me. So it has a soft to the touch dash here, and has that wood grain with the metallic accent above it, which continues on throughout the vehicle there. And then this really handy little pocket all the way across from the center portion here in front of the passenger. And it's like a brown color, and I gotta check out my night video for this vehicle. It's really awesome. Okay, so it has a lockable glove compartment. Smooth plastic on the inside here. Okay, looking at the back door, in addition to the privacy glass, you have the privacy glass, which helps the sun from shining in and people from looking in, but also you have these shades. So they kind of extend out from the door. So if you don't want to use them, you can just push them down like so, and they get almost completely out of the way. Okay, so you have the same styling as the front door, pretty much. Soft to the touch here, here, and here. You have your hard plastics down in this area. You have more of an elongated handle, more in a forward position, and there's your cup holder and storage space there. Okay, so it has the bucket seats here in the second row, manually adjusted. You can move them forward, back. You can even tilt and recline the seats if you want. Get all comfortable. Completely flat floor here in the second row, so there's no hump in the center to get in the way. It's just a really wide open space, so that way you can utilize the floor space as much as you want. You have a little storage pocket right in here. You also have two power supplies, USBs, and a AC adapter, 100 watt, 120 volt AC adapter. So that way you can plug your devices in while you're riding back here. You also have the ability to adjust the climate control with it, which is a must. Then you have the pockets on the back of the front seats here on both sides. I like this little cup holder, little table thing that moves out of the way, but it's really nice to have it there in the center. You can flop it down and utilize this space if you want. But this is a nice little addition to the center of the vehicle. Also, armrests that fold down on both sides, and you can adjust them. You just move them up and get in position. If you want to adjust it down again, you just lift it all the way up and then drop it down again. Okay, so checking out the third row. Now the third row is pretty much for children or small adults because the seat is actually quite close to the floor. So if you're tall, then your knees are going to be sticking up in the air. But it does have the ability to recline the seats. So you notice I have this one reclined all the way back and this one in a more forward position, just to give you an idea of the articulation of the seat and how you can have it positioned. You have some cup holders back here. You also have tie-down straps, which are, if you fold down the seats and utilize the space for cargo space, you can use those tie-down straps. Okay, so moving around to the back of the vehicle, it has a shark fin antenna popping up right up in here, right there. Just below it in the spoiler is a third brake light, which is powered by LEDs. Right in there is a windshield wiper, or the rear wiper. It also has the ability to open up the glass, which we'll check that out in just a minute. Backup camera is a little bit offset here, off to one side. Now it has these chrome accents back here, and I mean, they're kind of, I guess they're for styling, but when I first looked at them, I'm like, are these trying to be like fake exhaust surrounders or whatever? But since they have the reflectors in the center, I guess they're not really intended for that. You actually have your exhaust kind of hidden down in here. Parking sensors are also across the back, those little circles. Okay, so as long as you have the key with you, you can just walk up and push this button. Opens up the glass. So we can lift this up. We need a quick access to, you know, kind of grab this stuff out of here or whatever. It's just a little quick access spot. If we want to open up the whole thing, we just push under here. So that's why the camera is a little bit offset, because the button's here in the very center. Push that and it lifts up for you. So there's some speakers here in the lift gate. So this one has the JBL sound system. So there's a subwoofer and just two regular speakers there. So I guess not only will the third row passenger seats really be jamming out on the radio, but also if you lift it up, you can kind of tailgate a little bit out here and have some music playing. Okay, so with all the seats occupied with passengers, this is your cargo space. And it kind of extends out to the right and left. You have a light which you could turn on and off here. You have the ability to, you know, hang a bag or put in a net pocket across the back. This lifts up, and you have a little bit of space here as well. Now this actually has a shade. You see that shade right in there? It stows away back here. Your tools for your spare tire are here as well. So it gives you a little bit of extra storage space. Now the shade is only utilized when you have the third row folded down. So once you fold down the third row, you can mount the shade right in this area here across, and this can be your larger cargo space. So you can start folding seats down one or the other. It's a 60-40 split here on the third row, and then of course 50-50 in the second row. And you can fold down seats depending on your needs, so you can maintain passenger space while adding to your cargo space. When you start folding all the seats down, you have this really wide open space to carry just about anything you need. Okay, so closing the power lift gate, you just push this button, or you can use the key if you want. And it goes right on down for you. The fuel door is locking, and it's here on the driver's side, which is convenient. And it has a traditional cap, a little tether, and a place to hang the cap here. As long as you have the key with you inside the vehicle, it can be in your pocket or a bag or whatever. Put your foot on the brake and push this button to start it. Okay, so here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You can see the floor mat hooks in place to keep it in place so it doesn't slide around on you. There's your accelerator and brake pedals. It also has a foot rest here on the far left. Right in front of it is a foot actuated parking brake. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To open the hood, there's a latch right here in this opening space. It's a little bit to the right of the center. So you basically reach in, pull it to the left and up, and you can lift the hood up. So it's right there. Now it does require a prop to hold the hood up, and the hood's kind of heavy, so with one hand, like with me lifting it up, it's a little bit of a heft, but not a big deal. So there's the prop, and the prop goes right there. Okay, so let's look at the engine compartment here. So it has an insulated hood with a seal across the front right here. You have a seal, and then you have a seal in the back and there on the sides, just kind of sealing it up. So you can see that even right here on top of the headlights has that seal all the way across. That's a big headlight, isn't it? It's all the way from there all the way around. There's your daytime running lights on by themselves. Okay, so insulated firewall. The strut towers are actually braced in with the structure of the vehicle here, so that's stabilized. Batteries here on the right side. Okay, so it's covered up with plastic, but you see a little bit here in the front. So it's a V6. You have 3 cylinders here, 3 cylinders here, and it's facing me, and it's because it's a front-wheel drive vehicle. Transmission's back in this area. So this is a 3.5 liter V6, and it's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Here's the inside of the driver's side doors, just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. All 4 power windows are automatic, so 1 touch down and 1 touch up. Nice and smooth. Door lock controls, side mirrors are adjusted here. Presets for your power seat is right in there. So the power seat here on the driver's side is much more advanced than the passenger side. You have a thigh extender right here, so you can extend that a little bit. Also, you can go up and down with the seat. You can go forward and back, tilt, and then a power lumbar adjuster. Here to the left of the steering column, you have some buttons. So you have your auto high beams, you can turn on or off. Your electronic stop start feature, you can turn that off after you start the vehicle. Default will be on. Ability to open up the power lift gate. Parking sensors, you can turn on and off. And a little heater behind the windshield wipers in the front, just in case they're seized with ice. You can unseize them by turning that on, and it will turn on an electric heater just underneath them, and this works a little bit faster than a defrost heater in the vehicle, heating up the glass. You also have a little storage pocket right in here, and a tilt and telescoping steering column, which is locked in place right there. Okay, taking a look on the inside from the driver's seat. Really like that wood grain and the flow of this little pocket there at the bottom is really impressive and useful. Okay, so I have the seat all the way back and all the way down, just to give you an idea. I'm 6 feet tall. This is actually further back than what I would normally drive, but it does, I mean, I can reach the pedals and stuff, but it's a little bit too far back. Just to give you an idea of the amount of leg room here, it's just really good. And the seats, even all the way down, it still has a significant height off the floor, so it makes me feel like I'm sitting in a chair, which is nice. Very comfortable seats too. Okay, so leather wrap steering wheel, smooth, comfortable leather wrap, metallic accents here. You have your volume for your radio here on the left side, change through your audio tracks here on this side, or your radio station or whatever, voice recognition. You also have the ability to change the mode is your audio source. You can, once you pair your cell phone, you can answer calls here, hang up through the Bluetooth system. Here on the right side, kind of hidden back in here, is your cruise control. You turn it on, pull it into cancel, resume, set, and all that, just like it was in the past. But this is an adaptive cruise control, so once it's on, you have the ability to change your distance between you and the vehicle in front of you using the adaptive cruise control radar system. It also has a lane departure alert system, which you can turn on or off. Now, it only works if you're going above I think 32 miles per hour. Okay, so these buttons right here correspond with this screen between the gauges, which we'll get to in just a minute. Windshield wiper controls are here on the right side. Turn signal is here, but your headlight controls are here as well. You have the ability to turn off your daytime running lights. You can put on automatic, parking light, or headlights there. And then your fog lights can be turned on or off here. Okay, so looking at your gauges, check it out. It has that little blue accent in the background, but generally it's black with white lettering, easy to focus on and read. Your RPMs are there on the left with your engine coolant temperature. On your right is your speedometer with your fuel gauge. But right here in the center is a little information screen. It shows the outside temperature and trip. Now it also, kind of tells you your headlights are on and all that stuff, but you can get some more information. So using these buttons right here, we can scroll through. So the little scroll bar there on the right side. So this is part of a menu system. So when I start scrolling down, you can see this is the information tab, which has all this information here. Miles per gallon, range. It also has an eco indicator, a sway warning. So if you're swaying all over the road and you're tired, it gives you a little alert, and a blank screen. Scrolling to the right goes to your next little icon. You see little icons there at the top. Your next one will be a digital compass. Now you also get information if you have a address into the navigation system. This is the screen which kind of give you a little bit more information. Scrolling to the right again, just what your radio is doing. You can change through your radio stations by going up and down. I notice every time I change the station, like if the audio is all the way down, if I change the station or mess with the radio at all, it bumps the audio up just automatically, I guess. Just in case you want to listen, I guess it's indicating that you want to listen to something, so it turns the audio up a little bit. Okay, so scrolling to the right again, so this is your assist systems here with your adaptive cruise control information there. The next icon is your stop and start feature. It gives you a timer, so how long the vehicle has been, now you can reset this, but how long the vehicle has stopped and started. Not sure why you'd want to keep track of that, but there's a little timer there. And then stored messages will be here, and then you can go into your settings, lane departure alert, pre-collision system, pre-collision warning system there. Your blind spot monitor system, the indicators are actually here on the side mirrors. Also, those indicators are also used for your rear cross traffic alert system too as well. All right. And it goes back to your information screen there. So that's kind of a quick rundown of that screen between the gauges. You have a clock that's separated from the touchscreen, which is nice, so that way you always know where to look for it, and it's easy to set with the hour and minute buttons right there next to it. Okay, so your touchscreen has a traditional volume, tune through the stations, and also has some soft touch buttons here on the sides just to kind of quickly navigate through it. The home button is a mix between the navigation and your phone. And also right now, this is a pretty cool feature. So your phone, and then right in here, now this is customizable, but I like the way they have this already set here on the home screen. The driver easy speak, when you turn that on, it's going to project your volume through the sound system to the rear passenger, so that way they can hear what you're saying. Sometimes, so you don't have to holler at them or whatever. Like, hey, why are you hollering at me? So I thought that's pretty cool. All right, so let's look specifically at the audio. So you have your presets here on the left side, and just what channel and imagery will be right there. Your source, AM, FM, satellite radio, CD, which is up in here, kind of hidden there. USB, Bluetooth audio, auxiliary, and so these are your different audio sources. Lots of different ways of playing music through the sound system. You also have these apps here. Let's go ahead and check those out. So your navigation, audio, phone, messages, ecos, setup, your traffic, driver easy speak. These are some of the things that you can put on that home screen. So let's just look at the navigation screen now. Kind of zoom out from there. We're at Sparks Toyota here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and there's the ocean, and just kind of give you an idea of what the screen looks like. Now, of course, you can put in a destination with the destination button, address, and you can search and all that stuff as well. All right, and then you have your phone buttons, seek through the radio, and then your map card. This is your little micro SD card that updates your map on your navigation system. Climate control is down here. You have a driver and passenger temperature separate, as well as your rear temperature, so it's a tri-zone. Now you can sync them all by pushing the sync button, and they'll all be the same, or of course, once you start adjusting them, they'll be separate. Fan speed is here, where you want the air to blow. Recirculate the air. Front and rear defrosters. Now when you put the rear defroster on, it also turns on your heated side mirrors. Alright, so down in here you have 2 USB charging ports, auxiliary input, and your USB input to the radio is here. So these are just charging ports here. 12-volt power supply. You have a snow mode for if you're, of course, self-explanatory, I suppose. And then you have your traction control. In case you need to spin tires, you can turn that off. Default will be on. So here's your cup holders. They have these little articulating arms here, which is pretty neat. Heated and cooled seats. So all you have to do is just turn it. It goes up to 3. So it's a 3-stage cool and 3-stage heat for driver and passenger. Okay, so here's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse and check out the backup camera. So it has the active guideline. So as I turn the steering wheel, it's going to move the lines. There's neutral, drive, and then if you want to go into a standard mode where you can change through the gears yourself, you can put it over here in the S and then go up and down, and it'll let you know what gear you're in right in here. At any time, you just bump it back to the right to go back and drive. Okay, so right here is your armrest. It's pretty soft too, all the way across. This portion is not so soft, but right here and here is pretty soft. Now this opens up. You can push this down like that. Push that down and release it, and it slides back like so. In here you have a removable little sliding huge pocket. It's like a tray, so you can put some stuff in there, take it out, easy to clean. It's pretty neat. And then if you take that out, it's huge in here. So it is massive. So there's a 12-volt power supply in there, but generally it's just a huge junk drawer just to put whatever you want in there. It goes way down in there. So my elbow is here, all the way from there all the way down, just to give you an idea of how far it goes in there. That's a huge storage space. Okay, so rear view mirror is an auto dim rear view mirror, and I like the way the glass goes almost to the edge. It's almost frameless. It's pretty cool. Place to put your shades is right in here, and then you lift it up, drop it there, and you have a conversation mirror, so you can keep an eye on the backseat drivers. They give you a hard time. HomeLink garage door opener controls are here. You have your interior lights. You can turn them all on by pushing this button. You can have individual tap lights like so. You can also have the lights turn on when you open up the door by pushing that button. And this is for your open and close, and up and down, that's for your sunroof, which we'll get to that in just a second. Visor is here. You have a light with a mirror. It also extends out like so. Alright, let's look at the sunroof. Now it has a shade that blocks 100% of the light. And we can tilt it up, down, and also open it. As far as it goes back. There we go. Okay, so let's look at the visibility in the back. So you notice that the headrests kind of get in the way a little bit, but they do line up with the pillars at this angle. Now, of course, the passengers will also kind of get in the way, but there's plenty of glass to see back there. Of course, you have your parking sensors, your backup cameras, your blind spot monitor system, rear cross traffic alert, all that stuff to help you out when you have a bunch of passengers in the back with big hairdos getting in the way. All right, so there you have it. 2018 Toyota Highlander in the limited trim level at Sparks Toyota. Just visiting, I don't work here, but I wanted to show off this vehicle as soon as I could. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.